channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome back to the video that I've been talking about for like the last 6 videos over the last 2 weeks here on the YouTube channel. Finally, today is the day. I am 1 day late on this upload because I had another video idea pop up and I kind of had to reallocate my time. But finally, we're sitting here chilling in the building and we are putting together the first video at my kind of desk hangout production studio, if you will. I'm really excited about it. Now, before we get into this video any further, I just wanted to thank everybody that chose to get entered for Lone Star and $30,000 cash, which went by Dream Diesel giveaway number 21. And those of you that chose to get entered in the last week that got you entered for the truck, the cash, and for the Maverick and the Big Tex trailer. Now all of those entries are packed together and in the hands of Compliance Sweepstakes Services. They'll conduct their drawing and we're approximating that we'll have a winner announcement between December 29th and January 5th. So stay tuned for that. Hit those links in the description below to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're gonna be making those announcements there first, and then depending on my video upload schedule, it'll be here on YouTube. Next thing on the list, happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas, happy past Hanukkah, and happy New Year, and all the other holidays that you guys might be celebrating. I hope you guys have a great season. It's a lovely time of the year. I love it. Embrace it while it's here before it's gone. And then we're in those 3 months of seasonal depression that I suffer from. Dream Diesel giveaway number 22 is on its way, and we've got a big surprise for you guys. None of you are gonna see it coming. It will be launching sometime in the early January timeframe, so stay on the lookout for that. Next up, I've got this awesome mural here of only a few of our winners, combined by the sign that Adam Work's wife actually made for us, who was the winner of Dream Diesel giveaway 14. These are awesome canvases that were made by Amy, who won the OG DURTYMAX that I started my YouTube channel with. Very nice of her. Now, I can't get everybody up on the wall, but we will be working in these pictures all throughout the building over time. Just happened to get a few of them back here, but the hangers are hung up a little uneven, so if you ever see the canvas is shifting, it's because I haven't figured out a way to secure it yet, but I think I'm gonna figure that out. It's driving me nuts. We got Jake Decker over here. Little cockeyed, but now he's nice and straight, but they just kind of have minds of their own. All right, that being said, today is the video that we are going to walk through the entire epoxy floor that I did in my 4,800 square foot pole building. To be exact, we did about 4,300 square foot of a high gloss metallic epoxy floor. Baker Coatings came out to help make this entire process possible, and truthfully, that's why I'm making this video, because I decided to hire a professional for this service versus do it myself. And this video is gonna kind of touch on the process of what they did to get to the desired result, which looks incredible, by the way. It's like a marble countertop on my floor, on the concrete. It's amazing. Versus doing it myself. So we're gonna go into that some, and we're also going to talk about the DIY process. You know, I think when you conceptualize an epoxy floor, it doesn't seem all that complicated, but then when you actually dig into the details and realize what all it takes to prepare to do an epoxy floor, it can get a little cumbersome, and if you don't have the right tools or knowledge or eye to spot out imperfections in, you know, all the different preparative steps, I quickly realized I was out of my league. And when I was looking at the cost of buying all the epoxy for a DIY setup and then renting all of the equipment and not having the proper know-how and following the instructions in time, I just learned that I was definitely going to overwork myself, and I'd probably end up being better off hiring somebody, which I did, and I'm very happy about it. So shout out to Jason, the owner of Baker Epoxy. He's out of the Harrisburg area here. Killer job. So anybody looking to get an epoxy floor, you're definitely gonna wanna hit him up. I'll have his information down in the description below. So being that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this process.
Hi, I'm Jason Baker. I'm the owner of Baker Epoxy Coatings. We're here on day 1, which is our prep day. As you can see, the guys are out there shot blasting the floor, going around edge grinding. The shot blaster only gets about 2.5 inches from the side, so we take a hand grinder around, do all the edges. We're also gonna go around, cut any cracks or imperfections out, fill those in so those can cure, and then we'll come back for the second day, grind those smooth, and then start on the next process.
All right, so a few things you guys just noticed is they had 3 individuals out there working to just prepare the concrete. The final finished troweled layer on concrete is not very absorptive to what is the epoxy floor, so they had to grind all that troweled surface off to open up the porosity of the concrete. They had 3 different tools out there: a hand grinder, a shot blaster, compressor and a big vacuum to ensure that that process was done completely right, because if that wasn't done right, the entire floor would not work out well. Then on top of that, that was just one day. They had to fill in one little settlement crack, and then they had to wait an entire day to get into day 2. Oh, shot blasting. You guys might be asking yourself, what is that? Well, it's a pretty cool process. If you guys are familiar with shotguns, it's essentially like a shotgun load with a bunch of little BBs in it that just circulate through a vacuum that separates the shots that are actually used as an abrasive to blast off that troweled surface, and then it sucks out the concrete dust separately, and it just recirculates that process, creating that finish. So here, guys, this is not the epoxy yet. This is just part of the process. Now they have to prime the floor.
Today we're going to get the primer coat down. We're using General Polymers 3746, reduced with a little bit of Xylol for our primer in black.
So right there, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what any of that means, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do, and that's where I realized mixing of all of these different chemicals is crucial. If you don't get the ratios right or the amounts right, it's not gonna work right, and right then and there, I realized that bringing in a professional was 100% the move. Look at that transformation take place. It's absurd to watch this massive pole building go from concrete floor to what is this crazy showroom vibe. Now, as I'm sitting here watching through this, it'd be cool to have an all black floor, but guys, it would be a nightmare to keep clean. I thought about it, but I also realized it was a horrible idea. Look at all those footprints. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That was from us just walking in there, checking some things out, pulling in some of that stone dust from the outside. Now, all those black buckets that you're seeing, that's all the epoxy, part A. It's a 2-part process. We'll get into that in a minute. What Jason's doing right now is mixing in all of the colors. What we went with here on this project is a white, a gray, like a graphite, and a black. Swirl that all in to get the desired product. You guys are gonna wanna wait until the end of the video. It's insane.
We're getting ready all of our metallics here. We have all of our clear epoxy. It's a UC 200 from Smith Paints. We mixed in all of our metallic pigments. So we got all that ready. We mix our pigments beforehand so all of it can settle out and all of the bubbles can work their way out because we're incorporating air in.
Preparation, guys. Preparation, preparation, preparation. They let those pigments settle out for 2 full days. I would have never known them to do that. They went in and ground all of that primer. They actually sanded it to make it sticky for that next coat. Preparation, guys, preparation. Here we're almost an entire week into this process and we haven't even put any final finish epoxy down. Every single day was a full 8-hour day for these guys. I mean, it is time consuming. I think a lot of people could underestimate that looking into DIY setups, and if you don't do this prep right, the floor's not gonna last.
We're gonna do a skim coat of epoxy over the whole thing, kind of smooth those out and get it ready so it's a perfect sheet of glass for tomorrow when we lay the metallics.
More prep, guys, more prep, more prep, more prep. Now they're using this big 220 amp like commercial sander, another piece of equipment that I would have had to rent in the process. And I'm just walking around the back, hanging up all my reels. It was really tough to keep this a secret from you guys. I'm telling you what, like I was really struggling because I wanted to film everything that we had going on, but I had to like intentionally keep everything out of the shot just to make this video. Sitting back and watching this footage is super satisfying though. I mean, in real time, it seemed to be a long process. It took 2 weeks in total, guys. Now I should comment that is not typical if you have heat in your garage space prior to doing epoxy. We actually had a small little hiccup where the Detroit Radiant Company sent out the wrong type of gas heater. They got that taken care of. They're awesome people. But we did not have heat in here for the first few days, which dramatically increased the cure times of each coat. 6 days in now, guys, 6 business days in, we are still prepping the surface. Why do I say we? I say they, but you get the point. The dust from this too, guys, was absolutely insane. I mean, we had to go through and clear all that black wainscot. It is wild. I totally underestimated how much prep was involved. But finally, on day 6, we are getting to the point where we're gonna start laying down the oh so satisfying epoxy. Check it out. All right, real quick comment though. It looks like these are like artist style vibes right now, big time. It's like Van Gogh came in and did my floor. You guys will actually notice those guys are wearing, they look like cleats. They're like Crocs, but with spikes on the bottom, and that's how they don't leave footprints behind. So what you guys will see is Jason, he's using a squeegee to actually smear, and then his employee is coming back and actually painting in the lines with a paint roller to create that desired marble effect.
Coming to get it and pushing the limits. You better pray we ain't come to play. Went on a mission, you tunnel your vision. Now I can't hear what a hater say. Didn't believe they didn't need. Now they can see what time it is. Infinity, now you can see. High in the hills where I'm trying to live. Tell me how long this lasted. Never mind, we ain't waiting away. Chasing great, can't be jogging in place. If it ain't helping, it's taking away. You ain't helping, you just in the way. Limitless range, we take it to space. Chasing a dream, you can't relate. Time's ticking, I cannot be late. Started up, we finished. Never running out of energy. Keep it going till we finish. Keep it going till we finish. Keep it going, I am limitless. Limitless. Started up, we finished. Limitless. Never running out of energy. Limitless.
And look at that metallic. You can see the reflection in the floor now of just how metallic-y that coating is.
We're here on the final day. The floor's actually reached a full cure. We have to sand the entire floor, and then we'll put on the clear urethane. Won't scratch very easily or anything. So what we're actually doing here today, before that, we're taking advantage of the space. We're actually featuring a one-wheel rider that I sponsor, and so does Electric Stoke. His name's Sam Varner. He's from Maryland. So he's here getting it in on his one wheel. You can check him out on Instagram at the Highlight Wheel. But yeah, we're just having a little fun before we get back to work.
then we get into the final step in the process. Once you have a metallic high gloss floor, it's like an ice skating rink if you get anything on it from water to oil or anything in between. We obviously don't want that. It can be dangerous, and especially with vehicles coming in and out, rain, whatever the case is. We decided to do the final step, which is what they call an aggregate layer, where they take really fine little beads of glass, mix it into the final top coat, and then spread that around. It does reduce some of the glossy nature of the metallic, but I'm actually happy about that because a super high metallic floor could be a little bit much with filming. It really reflects all the light from the ceiling, which we have a lot of in this building, which I love, but I didn't want that to work against us or be a drawback. It's not nearly as slippery now, and it lost a little bit of that metallic, so it blends in as a really nice consistent floor. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen, and now we are in here. We're actually hosting a pretty big kind of celebration party this weekend. Belated birthday party for me, if you will. Got a lot of my really close friends and family coming out. We're super excited about it. We've got the skid loader over here front dead and center because that thing deserves all the recognition it could use. We're actually using it as our cooler, as you can see there. And then we finished up the building here with a staircase and some black railing to kind of tie off all that for kind of the area there that we use for storage. Plus we got the KTM over there looking oh so sweet. Otto and Ozzy are in here hanging out with us today. But here's the floor, guys. I only have a few of the overhead lights on now. Now we got all of our lights on, and this is the finished floor. It looks absolutely killer, and I gotta say thank you to Baker Epoxies. Jason, you're the man. You guys did an absolutely incredible job, and anybody local looking to get a floor like this for yourself, you should definitely reach out to them. Again, this is a gray, a white, and a black all combined. It just completely transformed this space from what was a pretty badass pole building to like a showroom quality feel that I feel is representative of the hyper high quality trucks that it is that we have fun playing around with here on the channel. The final takeaway, if you're looking to do an epoxy floor or you're just trying to learn about it, definitely plan for some sort of a floor cleaner, whether it's like a small walk behind one, a bigger walk behind one, or maybe a ride on one for like big commercial applications. Definitely not a bad idea. I'm looking into a few of them right now as we speak. Probably gonna make it reside right here under the staircase. You could squeegee these things out, no problem. But if you wanna do it more efficiently and actually scrubbing, vacuuming, and squeegeeing the floor, one of those floor cleaners is the best bet. And the darker color you go, the more dirt you're gonna show. The lighter color you go, the more color you show. So we decided to do kind of a mix of them all, and it kind of distracts the eye from some of the dirt on the surface. But guys, that's kind of to be expected. Again, it is a pole building at the end of the day. All right, y'all, that's where we're gonna wrap up this upload. I hope you guys enjoyed. You gotta drop a comment below and let me know what you think of the floor. I think it turned out incredible, and it transformed this space into something that is one of a kind and truly unique. And that's something that I like to try to do in every aspect of my life. Smash that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the upload, and we'll see y'all in the next one.